Hello and welcome. My name is Eric or Aviator, and today I'm bringing you a gameplay on Turbine from Black Ops 2, rocking the M8A1 with Select Fire and Silencer, as well as I believe Quick Draw. This is not my gameplay, but is a 121 KD game with a 115 kill streak, brought to you guys by one of my favorite new commentators, Hardwood Style. Make sure you check him out. All of his information is in the description below, and I give him a big thank you for letting me use this gameplay as well as the gameplay last week. So, now that the introduction is out of the way, I want to talk to you guys today about something that I do think many of you will very much enjoy hearing from me, because it's something that's probably my highest asked or most asked question of all time, and that is simply about Call of Community 3. Now, as you guys know, Call of Community 1 was, June of 2010. Nope, that's not correct. June of 2011. I'm not tired at all, guys, I promise. June of 2011, and it was a pretty darn good event. As you guys know about it, we had around 29,000 people watch live. We raised over $20,000 for charities. We had tons of great Call of Duty commentators come together, and the best part of it all was that it happened in a pretty precise moment where the community had a need to come together. Things went really well with it. We were able to do a lot of good for a lot of people and show that the community, when needed, could actually come together and do something great. Now, with that stated, 6 months later, I had Call of Community 2. And Call of Community 2 took about a month of planning, non-stop. That's 40-hour weeks minimum. I was actually probably closer to 80 to 100 hours a week the last 2 weeks of it, because some things had changed, and it really changed the dynamic that we were initially hoping for. But that meant I had to do a lot more work, and that's okay. So coming into Call of Community 3 now, I had originally planned to release Call of Community 3 information in May of this past year. And I had planned on doing a Call of Community 3 COD 4 throwback tournament, with the whole purpose was to do pro mod style on the Xbox. I know you guys would just be awfully pissed off about us doing pro mod on Xbox, but pro mod is a phenomenal game type, obviously designed for the PC, and it is better on PC. I'll be the first to admit it. But anyway, COD 4 pro mod style, 1 sniper, 2 SMGs, 2 ARs per team would have been awesome gameplay to watch. But I gotta be honest, life came at me fast. Between having our son the month after Call of Community last time, and basically having my entire life just be filled with family and travel, and trying my very best to make this YouTube thing work for me so that I could actually be successful rather than just investing time and money into it, I've really invested more of myself into YouTube than I could possibly add Call of Community 2. Now, with that said, there were a few other elements that I should probably bring up, but I don't want to create strife or drama, so I'm going to be careful in what I say here. But there were a few other elements that created some challenge for me that was unexpected. I initially had expected to have a certain amount of support. I'm not going to say from whom, I'm not going to blame them, I'm not putting any drama out there, but I'd expected to have quite a bit of support for Call of Community 2 that just simply didn't happen. And it basically required a whole bunch of changes in my channel and in the way I was doing things, and that support for Call of Community 2 didn't happen, whether it was for whatever reason. Again, trying not to be any reason. Anyway, so for whatever reason, Call of Community support didn't happen. I was told to expect it for Call of Community 3. So when I started putting together ideas and plans for Call of Community 3, once again, that support did not come together as expected. Now, again, I'm not passing blame on anybody. I know that life is busy, and that happens, but it did change a lot of what my expectations were for Call of Community 3, whereas I expected to basically just be there to host, as I had with Call of Community 1. Call of Community 2, I ended up having to host, cast, or shoutcast, as well as cast it with the people that were actually playing in the game, helped organize the sponsors. Everything ended up resting on my shoulders, which ended up being way more work than expected. Basically spending, literally more than a full-time job. I can't even express to you guys. I'm talking getting into work at 8 or 10 o'clock in the morning and working until 4 a.m. every day for a month to create this. Now, that's not to say it wasn't worth it, because all in all, Call of Community has been absolutely amazing. Call of Community 1 raising over $23,000 or $27,000. Call of Community 2 raising around 21 or 23,000. I'll have to look up the numbers. I apologize. Very, very good stuff for some great people. We were able to really bless lives all around the world, and that was great. But the impact on my family life is where the challenge comes into play, because my son is now a year and a half old. My wife is pregnant, and a lot of you guys may not know this, but we are actually pregnant with another little boy, which is really, really cool, but he is due in March. So my initial plan had been to have Call of Community 3 in January, And when we found out we were pregnant, I knew that I was going to have to start really thinking through whether or not I wanted to take an entire month of time to do something right around January. And to be honest with you guys, I'm still not convinced. It's possible I might be able to put something together with a Call of Community series, but at the same time, I don't want to do Call of Community halfway. I want to do this the right way. I want to make it fantastic. I want to make it special. I want to make it real. And to me, doing Call of Community in a half-assed manner would just be unacceptable. And I use that term because it was my grandfather's favorite term. I hope none of you guys hate me. But yeah, so I guess that's been my concern, is doing something halfway and not being able to be there for my family and for my business. So between Call of Duty taking so much time to create and it taking so much energy to create, there's also a couple other elements that are worth mentioning. So first and foremost, like I mentioned before, my wife's pregnant, and with our second baby on the way, I need to be able to be available to her the month before the baby's born, the month that the baby's born, and the month after, because there's very little sleep that happens, and now that we have 2 kids, I expect even less. So I really am trying to be wise and be helpful, because I like my wife and I like my life, and I'd like to continue liking both of those things. So that's one thing. The second element that I guess I don't know if I should mention this or not, because I don't want to come off in a weird way, but the simple fact of the matter is that when you put yourself out there for something like Call of Community, any large event, even if it's a charity event like this, where it's genuinely designed solely to help those in need. We helped an incredible charity called Thirst Relief International last time around, and we changed a lot of lives for people who didn't have clean drinking water. Even then, there is a huge amount of drama associated with doing a charity event, doing any large event in the gaming space. And because I am a caring person, because I am not a horrible human being, because I was raised basically to bless others and to be gracious. I'm not sure how to phrase that properly, but basically because of the way I was raised, it's very, very challenging for me to ignore hate, to ignore drama. It's much, and obviously, I won't reply to it, but I do oftentimes still keep track of and make sure that I'm understanding, because I'm always concerned that there's some truth to it. I don't ever want to be some horrible human being, and it is definitely not fun to experience. So with all that said, I guess I don't know how much emotional output I can put into a Call of Community right now when I have to be able to be there for my wife and for my family. So I'm not sure if all that makes sense or not. I hope it does a little bit. Call of Community is an amazing, amazing thing, and I'm very, very blessed by it. But at the same time, and I know that we blessed a lot of others with it too. At the same time, though, I want to A, not be able to do something half-ass, and B, I want to make sure that whatever we do, we're able to, I'm able to balance with my real life. Because the amount of effort and time that goes into this does have a cost. It does have an actual financial cost on my family life and on how much income I'm able to bring to feed us and whatnot. And in the past, before I did YouTube for 2 years, basically full time now, I was able to afford that based upon what I had saved from previous businesses and whatnot. But nowadays, it's not quite the same, because this is what I do. Basically, most of my time is spent generating YouTube videos, even though they aren't really profitable in any way, shape, or form. And by not really profitable, I mean, if I told you what I made, I make less a month on YouTube than I used to make a night as a server in high school. And not server, serving tables. So when I was in high school, I served tables for a while, and I made more money a night there than I do a month on videos. So if that helps you guys out at all, I figured it's worth mentioning. So that's part of the other reason for counting the cost. And this is a very long gameplay. I think this is the longest commentary I've done in a really, really long time. So if you guys are still paying attention, I really appreciate it. Take some time. Please, take some time in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts would be on Call of Duty 3. What would you like to see happen with that? Would you guys like to see a half-assed Call of Duty 3 that would be like a mini version? Would you guys like to see it on Black Ops 2? Would you like to see it on COD 4? I think that Black Ops 2 is a phenomenal game, particularly for what it is, with the emphasis obviously being more so on competitive play, etc. Or would you like to see the throwback style? I'm open to either way. I'd love to bring Call of Duty back. I think it'd be great as every 6 months, but being able to invest the time and energy, etc., and being able to pull together a team to help me do so next time are all different elements that I'm keeping in mind. So that's it for me, guys. Obviously, incredible gameplay. I have to give it shout out here again to Hardwood Style, or Livin' for BMX. That's his YouTube. Make sure you check him out. 5 captures, 6 defends with 120 kills and 1 death. That just blows my flipping mind. So that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give me a call back. Please leave me a comment below, and I'll talk to you all soon. So long, guys. Bye-bye.